At 14, I was bright-eyed and naive and about to leave for middle school and enter the whole new world of high school challenges and unknowns. In May of that year, 2 weeks before my graduation, my big sister went missing. The memories of those early waiting days are seared into my brain. An empty seat at a celebration, a canceled road trip, a phone that never rang. Blinding fear and gut punches of worry. Bone-deep sadness, confusion, and misplaced anger. And to think that was only the very beginning. The normalcy that I'd known my whole life ended before I'd even had a chance to recognize how wonderfully consistent and beautiful it really was. Throughout her short life, my sister's list of accomplishments and adventures were already impressive. She'd spent a summer studying in UCSB's college program, participated in a family exchange program in Venezuela, graduated high school a semester early, and lived abroad in London for a month. Who knows where her life could have taken her had she given a chance to even find out. However, when I think about Kristin, that's not what I remember. What I miss the most are the smaller moments. The regular ones, the things in life that are so easy to overlook and take for granted. My sister was always my biggest cheerleader, continuously giving me pep talks to help my self-confidence bloom. She cheered me on at swim meets, she made me desserts, she gave me the best hugs. It makes my heart ache when I stop to think about what we would have had if she were here. Almost 3 decades worth of sister secrets, certainly. Would our children be friends? Would we live in the same city and help each other out with carpool? Would I be godparent to one of her children? Today I stand before you as a grown woman. I have a family, friends, a career that I'm proud of. In spite of everything in my life that could have been very well jeopardized, I feel lucky beyond measure for the things I've built for myself today. Nevertheless, the prolonged post-traumatic stress I experience is real and intense.
Take your time.
I have full body reactions on the street. And night often prompting me to sprint home in fear. It took me 10 years to even turn on the news. When the worst thing happens to you, it feels like it's impossible to subject yourself to anything else. For so many years, it felt easier, a survival mechanism to compartmentalize my existence and focus on the things I could control. But more importantly, there's a hole in my life. And my heart that can never be, a hole in my heart that will never be replaced. A hole that changed me, shaped me, and hurled me into adulthood overnight. A hole that exists thanks to a man who hardly learned from his disaster and had zero consequences for his actions for more than 26 years. While I sat at home, staring at my sister, empty chair for over 26 years, for family holidays and events, Paul had the freedom to do whatever he wanted with his family. And he still is holding the key to the one thing I desperately want, my sister, bringing her and her body back. Not only that, but he had continued his abusive behavior towards multiple women and refuses to accept any accountability or responsibility for his part in the story. In October, a jury unanimously decided that Paul is guilty of the murder of my sister. He stalked her like a predator, attempted to rape her, and murdered her. He holds the key to all the answers of our family's questions, and he keeps us in prison from the truth and the closure about my sister's remains. These are clear and proven facts. Furthermore, Los Angeles County has proof of these horrific crimes and it continued after my sister's death. Multiple women have come forward. These Jane Does are the unsung heroes, speaking out and giving voice to not only their own truths, but to victims like my sister who no longer can. And yet, Los Angeles County continues to evade action. As a society, we have a duty to hear these women. We owe it to them and to my sister and to ourselves to keep Paul Flores in prison for the rest of his life. We have proof that he continued these atrocious actions even after my sister's murder. This man has made it abundantly clear he never deserves freedom again. Today, I have 3 young daughters. They are all vibrant and carefree and hopeful. Blink, and I know I'll be sending them off to college experiences of their own, under outrageous circumstances. The timing could fall right around the year Paul Flores is allowed back into our society. Goosebumps cover my flesh when I think about my own children crossing paths on their college campus with a man who murdered my sister and their aunt. We didn't get this right the first time, and sadly we aren't getting it right now, but I'll be damned if we don't get it right for my children. There are no other options or avenues here besides keeping this calculating, manipulative, murdering rapist behind bars for the rest of his life. It's the least we can do to honor the lives of the people from whom he's already stolen so much, or in Kristin's case, everything.